We are overpaying for our data by about 60%. And when I realized that there was this extra 70 or 80 billion dollars in data spend every year, what we call the data tax, if we can lighten that up, I can get the equivalent of billions of dollars back into people's hands.
Andrew Yang is back. Not with a campaign, but with a company. He's launching Noble, a new mobile phone service that flips the traditional wireless model on its head. I sit down with him to learn how Noble aims to put money back in Americans' pockets, starting with their phone bills. We are here today with former presidential candidate, former mayoral candidate, Andrew Yang. You have some big news today, the launch of a new company. Tell us what it is.
I just want to take a step back. My friend Mark Cuban started a company called Cost Plus Drugs that buys generic drugs in bulk and then sells them to the American people at like a 15% markup so that everyone gets drugs more cheaply. And I thought, can we do this with data? Because I was spending $140 a month on my Verizon bill just for me.
Wow.
I know, I'm a chump. But it turns out I'm not that unusual. The average American spending $83 a month. Meanwhile, in other countries, they're spending about half that. They're spending $40, $45, $50. And so what we do at Noble is we charge you $50, no contract for unlimited data. And then if you use less than a certain amount, we'll pay you back up to $20 a month. Because if you use your phone less, then we'll share the savings with you. So you could pay $35, $40 in a particular month. Most New Yorkers will save 40 or 50% on their cell phone bill.
If we have a traditional plan, how much data are we getting? And how much data are we actually using? Because I would imagine there's probably a delta between those two things.
How did you know? We are overpaying for our data by about 60%. Because what you do, probably, is pay for unlimited data, and then you don't use beyond a certain amount. So you're overpaying by this whopping margin of, let's call it $40 or $50 a month. What we do with Noble is we actually return that money to you and then give you what you're actually using every month. MVNOs is something called a mobile virtual network operator. So this is like a Boost or a Cricket, and what they do is they license spectrum from one of the big three, which is Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile, so that they can distribute it to people.
Typically, you're getting a much better rate with one of those MVNOs. Why isn't everyone just doing an MVNO? What's been sort of the hesitancy to adopt?
Using myself as an example, again, you just don't trust it. If you ask consumers, the number one criteria you have is network coverage. Does it work? And that makes sense because we're all very important and busy and we want to be connected. But what people don't realize is that at this point, data has become a commodity where the major networks all have excellent capacity, even over capacity. And so the fact that you're spending an extra 40 or 50 bucks a month now is really a relic of like the 2000 to 2010 period. I've been trying to figure out how to get money into people's hands. And if you remember when I ran for president, I was talking about something called AI and it was going to come and take the jobs, and then we're going to need money in people's hands. And when I realized that there was this extra 70 or 80 billion dollars in data spend every year, what we call the data tax, if we can lighten that up, I can get the equivalent of billions of dollars back into people's hands. I mean, if I can save $1,000 a year plus, you multiply that times a few million Americans, you can save billions of dollars. But you can also put pricing pressure on the Verizons and AT&Ts because if you look at it, their pricing doesn't make any sense. There's like no rhyme or reason.
Okay, so this is a whole new platform.
Yeah, the goal is to make it so that your mobile account is working for you and you have a little cash stash somewhere. Instead of just sucking money away, we want to put money into your account and then have it grow because we think that's what most people want in their lives and we're happy to do it.
Wait, that's a pretty good interest rate right now. How are you paying that?
We're factoring it in as make customers think we're awesome.
Okay.
So
it's part of the customer acquisition price then.
That's right. And so if you imagine this industry, so you have all these mobile companies trying to get your attention and your money, like we're just trying to take that value and give it back to you in any way we can. And that includes a 5.5% interest rate on any money that you save via Noble Mobile.
So is this part of sort of a bigger platform then? I mean, you want to get people a new phone plan, a new savings plan. Where is this going to be in 5 years?
I hope people have a sense as to how this ties into a real vision for an economy that works for us. I mean, a lot of New Yorkers things are too expensive, you're not able to save as much money as you want. What I call it is the human-centered economy, and we don't really have that right now. We have something of a corporate-centered economy. And look, like I'm a capitalist, but capitalism can be designed to help us be financially healthier, mentally healthier, and out and about more, connecting with each other.
Yeah, it's like skewed incentives right now. Where companies do well, we're on our phones all the time.
We're going to do well if you do well, and hopefully you'll save money and live a better life as a result.
So you think in this instance, the consumer and the company's interests are aligned because you want people...
Totally, and that's the whole thesis behind Noble Mobiles. We want to be on your side. We don't want to be extracting your attention. We don't want to be extracting your wallet. We're going to give you the best value possible and then grow with you.